Hi, Anna. Um, I'm sorry I didn't send you a message last night. I had the solution all worked out, and then we had to go to Detroit to look at some apartments for my daughter. And by the time we got home, I actually just completely forgot. So I apologize for that. But I wanted to walk through this with you. So when you input a 6 here to the fib method, it's going to print, the message. But this is where it's more important. So if n equals 1 or 2, you're going to return 1. Otherwise, you're going to return fib n minus 1 plus fib n minus 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drawing this out. So at the center, we called fib 6. So it's not the if, so I do this one. And when I do that one, you're basically going to branch off into fib 5 on this side and then plus fib 4. Now, so that's like saying, okay, call this method again, but now with a 5. So I'm going to work down this branch. So when I do, it's not 1 or 2, so it's going to do this. So now I'm creating 2 more branches. So fib of 4 and fib of 3. And I have to keep breaking this down until these get to 1 or 2. So now I'm going to pretend like I'm calling fib of 4. N is 4, so I'm going to do this again. Fib 3. And this one is, forgot the plus back there, fib 2. And we're adding those answers. Now, fib 2, when n is 2, I know I'm done. I return a 1, so I'm going to put a 1 here. Fib 3, I can break down one more time into fib 2 plus fib 1. And I know when n equals 1 or 2, I'm going to return a 1. So fib 2 would be 1 plus fib 1 would be 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. And so you're ultimately returning this sum. So that would go in this location. Then I would add 2 plus 1. That equals 3. And then that gets passed back to fib 4. So we're sitting here at 3. Now we're not done because we have more to do. So I'm just going to keep going. So this side of the branch is done. Fib 3, we know we can break down into fib 2 plus fib 1. And I know that this is 1 and this is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So this gets passed back to here. 3 plus 2 is 5. And so I've got to sit here. And now I got to do this side. So when I do this, I'm gonna be obnoxious when I draw this. So I'm going to draw it over here. So this is going to break down into fib 3 plus fib 2. And I know from above fib 2 is 1. Then I have to break down fib 3 into fib 2 plus fib 1. And I know that this one's 1 and this one's 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. I pass that back. Fib 3 plus fib 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. And so now I'm adding 5 plus 3. So that means fib 6 is equal to 8. Reflecting upon this little method, when n equals 1 or n equals 2, this is called the base case. This allows the recursion to end. You can see once I reach here and I calculate a value, then I pass it back to where I was called. The second part, the return fib n minus 1 and n minus 2, is called the recursive case. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and send you this video. I hope that helps. And I hope that helps to explain this picture. So if you were to essentially take this picture and turn it on its side and compare it to what I drew, you're going to see that I drew this, but in a way where it's presented like this. And I drew the lines to convince you how that was broken down. Okay, hope that helps. Thanks.